What's going on, everybody? We are the Cinefanatics, and once again, we are here for the semifinals of the Innergeekdom Tournament. I am joined today. Oh, first of all, I'm Robert Adams, and I am joined by my brother, who's on the other side of me this time. And my brother, you are?
Hi, my name is Chris Adams. I'm very popular around these parts. I am one half of the Cinefanatics. Hello.
And today we also have a special guest. We are joined down below. This one. I'm so backwards from where I usually am. We are joined down below by Mr. Jake Burley.
Uh-oh. There you go.
That works. Now I can use this hand.
Yes. Anyway, guys, welcome to the Cinefanatics. We are...
We're playing musical chairs on this episode today.
Oh, yeah. Ton of fun. Oh, man. Boys, we got a crazy one today.
We're joined by Jake Berlin from A Certain Point of View. Also, reactors, new reactors on the stage this season of the Schmoedown. So we're going to jump into a little bit of his background real quick. But we are here for Mike Kalinowski versus Alex Damon, the semifinals of this match.
Toy Story referencer.
Yeah, Toy Story's not a part of the IG. Once again, referencing movies that are not a part of the IG. Although I can see an argument made for them being a part of the IG, potentially. So maybe.
I could see that argument. I mean, Brandon Hanna would probably argue that.
What? Why? How? Why?
Because there's some really nerdy toys in there, okay? There's a speak and spell in one of those episodes, I believe, or at least an Etch-a-Sketch. Mr. Potato Head's pretty darn nerdy.
So, Jake, welcome to our stream. How's it going? How you doing?
It's good, man. How about you?
I'm doing great.
Oh, this is great. This is fun. Look, this is awesome. When you guys asked me to do this, I was super, super stoked. And, you know, just full disclosure here, I've been watching you guys for a long time, and I've gone to a couple live events, and I've seen you guys and never actually been walking up to you guys and saying hi or whatever it is. And so being on this is pretty surreal after watching you for a few years and being such a long Schmoedown fan. So thank you for the invite.
Yeah. Thank you for being here. Were you at the Spectacular?
I was at the Spectacular. Yeah, my girlfriend and I were there. There for the expo as well, so they were bright and early. Got to experience all that. We saw you, or I saw you anyway, in line. And you know, I saw all the other reactors and everything. I was like, I could probably do that one day. And then lo and behold, a couple months later, here I am doing this. So
yeah, where y'all's channel has been blowing up. Y'all have been making quite a name for yourselves on the reactor circuit. And yeah, it's really good stuff. I think I told y'all before when my brother was on one of y'all's videos, y'all's interaction, the way y'all communicate, the way the show flows is really good. Y'all got a really good setup on there. So
yeah. Brian and I met at school, and so we've known each other for a few years, and we do another show together. So we know each other on camera very well. Obviously, the other component, Jill and Molly, it could either work or it doesn't work. But luckily with those two, it flowed. It has really flowed with all four of us very quickly. You know, Molly's only been a part of it for about 3 weeks now. Jill, you know, maybe 2 months, somewhere around there. And it's gone very quickly, and it's really fun just sitting down and talking and just having fun with the four of us on screen. We do it, and we even stay on stream long after we get off the live button, which, you know, adds to that. So it's been a lot of fun so far.
Yeah. And then we also have to make mention of y'all's stream that y'all did for Ladies Night. Mm-hmm. That was phenomenal, fantastic. Yeah. The way y'all got like a lot of the community together for that. For something that's really important that needs to be mentioned and typically needs to be said a lot with constant reminders. That was a fantastic stream. I think that was a really good showing for coming straight out the gate as like a new reaction channel.
Yeah, so. It was, and it's crazy because we were doing a stream one night, and then we saw all the stuff going on with Janine, and Abby had put that tweet out early on, and we were just talking about it. And then I randomly threw the idea up there about like, what if we just did a ladies' night, like a real ladies' appreciation night, try to get everybody involved. And it came together within like a week. We were scrambling every day to try to get everybody together, and we were able to reach everybody we possibly could. We got some no's from people because it was such a late notice, obviously. But for how short of a notice it was and quickly put together, it really went really well. And I'm shocked at how well received it was. And thank you to everybody as well who canceled their streams that night and pushed everybody towards that video, because it's something that needed to be done for these women. And it was an absolute honor to sit there for 3+ hours and talk to all these women about these things. And then, and nobody knows this, but Christian wasn't supposed to pop in that stream. He was watching, and he messaged me when Mark popped in and said, "Hey, shoot me the link." And he just popped in. And so it was just kind of like a wild, rambunctious night, and it totally worked out. And yeah, it was an absolute blast.
You gotta love Christian. Christian's one of the few people and be like, "Hey, I'm coming on your show." You're like, "Okay."
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
I guess Christian's coming on our show.
So how does that feel when like Christian, Mark and Christian, the founders of Schmoedown, they pop up on something that you're creating, and you're like,
Yeah, it was pretty
Hi.
surreal. I mean, we've met them, or I've met them a few times in person, obviously at some of the events, taking pictures and stuff, and interacted with like likes and some stuff over Twitter. But being able to message them and get like a yes or no from them, and they'd be like, "Hey, we want to be involved in this," and just allowing them to support these women and pop up on our stream as well is pretty crazy. And it shows, if you watch the video back, nobody had an idea that they were showing up, and it really added to the stream of like what it meant to have them here with these women. And so it was pretty cool. But yeah, as a fan watching from the very beginning, being a Schmoes No fan all these years, sitting there and hosting the show where Christian and Mark pop in is pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's see. Real quick in the chat, looks like we got, was it Arrow Owl?
Rachel.
Like okay, so I was gonna say that's someone who's typically on y'all stream. So thank you for joining us over here on the Cinefanatics. I know I said that.
Yeah, she follows everything we do. She follows the other show that Brian and I do. She transferred over to POV because we were talking about the Schmoedown so much on that show, and now she seems to be a Cinefanatics fan. So there you go.
Nice. What's the other show that y'all do? I mean, we'll do plugs later as well. But what's the other show that y'all do?
We've been doing.
Can we highlight your cat's rude behavior back there real quick?
Hey,
I just noticed that. There you go. Nice.
Not on camera unless you're getting paid for it. Okay.
I like how she walks forward. She's like, "I'm not doing anything."
Huh? What? I'm on camera?
That's awesome.
Go to your OnlyFans account. I mean, jeez.
Hey, now, come on. This is a family-friendly channel.
Anyways, yeah. What's your other channel? It is
so
better than that.
yeah. I've been part of a podcast for about 6 years now with a group of buddies up here called Apocalypse Movies, and it's everything movies related. We do reviews and reactions, and we have a weekly show we do twice a week called Apocalypse Now. We do weird movie fantasy drafts and watch-alongs and all this type of stuff. And it's funny, myself and the two who actually started it together, so we're from the same area, but we met going to the AMC Movie News 100 million views party in LA. We met in line 6 hours away from our home there. It was like a random meeting. But yeah, we do that. It's everything movie related, not just Schmoedown, but we do a bunch of random stuff over there. We have a show tonight. We're actually doing a watch along to The Dark Knight, which is going to be super cool. Yeah, and so I do that, and then POV, and yeah, so I'm pretty busy with podcasting.
Yeah, you got a stacked night tonight.
That's the way it goes. You got to have that hashtag podcast life.
Yes, yes.
I can't wait when the Schmoedown starts hitting 4 episodes a week. Woo!
Oh my, yeah. We're scrambling to see what's going to happen with us for, obviously, with Jill and Molly being pretty busy too. So that one's going to be fun as reactors, that's for sure.
The great thing is you got 4 people there that you don't have to have all 4 on reactions all the time. Whereas the 2 of us, it's pretty lame if it's just one of us reacting.
Yeah. So I forgot where I was going with my train of thought. Yeah. Also, podcast life hashtag. I said that backwards. Anyways, so again, thank you for being on this. And yeah, so Kalinowski versus Damon. Now, here's the thing, and this is what's going to be funny. I know, Jake, you're going to be doing a certain point of view's reaction to it right after this is over, so I know we need to rush this along. But we're talking about Mike Kalinowski, who's been the 2-time Innergeekdom tournament champion, or 2-time Innergeekdom champion, going up against Alex Damon, the current Star Wars champion, whose wife happens to be on y'all's podcast.
She is.
So, and then the other fun thing is, of course, dropping the curtain. This match has already been filmed like a long time ago.
Yep.
So
more than likely, Molly already knows who wins this.
Molly already knows who wins this.
Yep. She the second it was filmed, she was saying stuff on the stream like, "Oh yeah, I can't wait for you guys to watch this. Can't wait for you guys to watch this." So, the day is finally here, and so it's going to be very exciting to do this, and then jump over and watch those three actually play along to it, and me just sit back and be like, "Wow, have a fun with this one, guys." But yeah, I'm excited. This match is going to be crazy. I mean, you have a legend in Kalinowski, right, who's been a part of the league forever. And you have an up-and-comer like Damon, who is just making waves, could become a multi-belt champion in two divisions that are extremely difficult. And they're meeting in a semifinal in a tournament, not just a regular studio match or a live event. It's an actual tournament with points on the line, and it just makes it that much more exciting.
This would be the first time also potentially that somebody could end up with being a double belted champion with the Star Wars belt. So
yeah.
Yep. That's big.
It could be very interesting.
So, speaking of which, let's take a look at our, at least the Cinefanatics bracket. I don't know if the certain point of view bracket looks the same. I'm pretty sure for at least one of y'all, it probably does look the same, at least in the middle there. We're kind of thinking Alex Damon has this one just because he's been coming in since the very beginning, even before this tournament started. Some of the IG matches he's played, some of the one-off matches, I forgot the actual word for
exhibitions.
Those that would be the definition of exhibition. Those matches he's come in and he's been pretty on fire and dominant in those as well. So we're kind of figuring that with that fire that's under him, he's probably going to dominate this match. But again, he's up against the two-time champion Kalinowski. Kalinowski's not going to be a slouch in this. He's going to put up a fight.
See, a thing at the end of the day is I think Kalinowski's really only perfect in, say, maybe DC, whereas everything else he's just great in. Damon, on the other hand, has shown that he's pretty well perfect in Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, pretty high up there with Star Trek, and pretty great in almost everything else. So,
which is weird for a Warzy to be so good at being a Trekkie.
he likes everything in the stars.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting. I mean, I think it's going to come down to that wheel round. Obviously, we always talk about it almost every match, right? The wheel round, it plays such a big factor. But Alex has never faced a strategy playing player like Mike before, right? It's his toughest test to this point. Mike, without a doubt, and every person that he's played knows this, but without a doubt to this point knows every in and out of what Alex Damon knows. And so it's going to be interesting to see them go up against each other. I have a feeling that Alex might spin something he doesn't like just because he's been on such a roll and kind of the cards have gone his way recently. I picked him to win, and I would really love him to win, and it's not a biased decision having Molly on. And that's a great point. I mean, that's a really good point. A lot of things have gone his way, but when was the last time he faced a player like Mike? And that kind of scares me going into this match.
He missed his, I believe, his first match. I think his first match was like a 5-way or whatever with, I want to say Whitwer in Scrimshaw.
Yeah, it was the very first. I think that was the only one he's ever lost, and he's won from there on out, I believe.
Yeah, and then also not counting. Let's not count exhibition matches too.
But. Yeah. Which, I mean, could you really count that as a loss? Like
either one?
Yeah.
No. But anyway, you got anything else? Because I think we should go ahead and jump into this.
Yeah, real quick before we do jump into this, guys, those of y'all in the chat, again, I see 13 of y'all in there. Thank you for joining us. Let us know you're here. Sound off in the chat. If you have any questions, make sure to drop some questions in there. Again, this is a new format for us as how we do reactions. We're going to have the ability when doing this live, while we're watching it, if any of us feel like there might be something that maybe needs to be expounded upon, we can actually pause the video and we can sit here and talk about it. If any of y'all in the chat have a good point to bring up something that, like, especially if y'all have seen this already, and again, please don't spoil, as Danny Costa is saying here in the chat, please don't spoil. If you have a question or you want to talk about something that happens in this episode, please hold off and wait till we see it. because none of the three of us have seen this episode yet. So wait till the three of us are able to see it. Then feel free to bring it up in the chat. We may pause the video and discuss that. So yeah.
And as always, priority for comments goes to Streamlabs. So if you feel inclined, you get a wild hair in you, go ahead and drop a Streamlab for us, and we will check on that and answer it post haste.
Yeah. Also, there is the Streamlabs super chat. There's also our Patreon, which we'll call that out real quick. Hop on our Patreon, jump on the tier that's right for you. Our $10 tier tomorrow night. I'm doing this right. Yeah. Tomorrow night, we will be doing our monthly watch along. Tomorrow night's watch along is going to be one of my favorites of all time in the superhero genre. I know my brother absolutely loves it too, but one of our favorites, it's going to be X-Men. The X-Men watch along. This is going to be a lot of fun to make jokes about, talk about, and everything. So eager for this one. Hop on that $10 tier. Y'all can watch that with us. It's going to be tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. Central Time. And again, that's going to be our X-Men watch along. So you will be able to join me, Cyclops, which is funny that I have these goggles because he's probably my least favorite character of all the X-Men. But
prime thumbnail work. Prime thumbnail work.
Thank you, sir. Anyways, yeah, so hop on the Patreon. That's going to be a lot of fun tomorrow night. And yeah, let's get this started with the reaction.
Okay, you're looking around like you have a control over the video. What are you doing?
I was trying to mentally control you, but then you shift the window, so I had to go from like here to...
Okay, we're getting started.
I mean, I could just walk over to your bedroom and hit play. I mean... might be a little weird.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe this match is finally here. Oh, so stressful.
We're either going to get an all-corruption final or we're going to get a Damon upset.
Oh, yeah, a Damon upset. That's crazy.
Automatically going into an ad.
Gotta get that
Who
money.
are you using for car insurance? Are you using Elephant for car insurance?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the movie trivia.
Stanley
Schmoedown.
Kiss. Nice.
I am hyped up as this is
Mark always on
the
point.
last of the semifinals. The winner gets to play Chance Ellison. That's right, of Corruption in the finals. Joining me as
we'll
always,
eventually do something
Mark,
about these
Baby
ads, but for the
Carrots.
meantime,
Mark, what a tournament it's been so far.
we're just going to
There
have to roll
been
through them.
some surprises. The biggest surprise, obviously, is that the Cobra, Chance Ellison.
So if I heard it right, you're
in
both
the
picking
finals,
Damon?
But now, one of those guys
We usually stick to the same bracket.
To make it all the way
All right.
is Mike Kalinowski, his team partner. On the other side of that, however, is the
Although
reigning
here's the thing,
Star Wars
we do
champion,
want to see
undefeated
a
in the
Corruption
Innergeekdom
finale.
division, and that is Alex, the Demon Damon.
It's
That's
tough.
right, Christian. In
It's
the early
really
70s
tough.
when
Like
this
obviously I
tournament
want it
began,
because
we
it
look at all
shakes up
these
the
factions,
standings,
all
and
these
that's
great
always a good
players,
thing
and
with
it
the
all
season.
boils down to
But
possibly
I love to
one
hate
faction
Corruption.
having a little
So
bit
it
of
would be
a
hard for me to
skirmish,
really see that
if
happen.
you will, but not so
An
fast,
all-corruption
says Alex
finale
Damon,
would be
who
great,
has really
but
been on
also
fire
seeing an
since
upset
jumping
from
the
Damon to
Star Wars
Kalinowski
League.
here
He
would also
still
be
is
great. So I'm
obviously
down with,
there.
honestly,
And he
either
says,
thing that
"I know a little
happens.
something about these hobbits and about these muggles," and he shows it.
Hey, watch your
all the
mouth,
way to
Mark.
the semifinals, but Christian,
Jeez.
as impressive as Damon has been so far,
Muggles.
he's going up against his tallest task yet. If Mike Kalinowski's Goliath, I think Alex Damon is hoping he's got a sling for him.
I'm glad you bring that up because look, this is one of the. I'm not gonna lie, this is one of the reasons I really, really miss live events because this is a live event, main event in any.
Yeah, it is.
Big time.
But so is
Anywhere
Mike
you
versus
go,
Chance.
Damon versus
Yeah.
Kalinowski.
We're honestly at the
is
point where
a
every
main
match
event.
could be a live
And
event,
the
honestly.
fact that we still have it here in this tournament, in this digital tournament, it's incredible. And you guys are getting it here today.
With not having
But
one for so long, it's like
you mentioned
any
Civil
match
War
could be a live event at this
between
point.
Kalinowski and Chance, should it happen?
I'm ready to watch movie
I don't know.
like movie
The thing
trivia
is,
like
if
out behind the like
Kalinowski
my
wins it
bar or
today,
whatever down the street back alley.
Yeah.
Guaranteed points in the
Have
finals.
some
They're
moment
guaranteed
per
points.
person
If
with
they
an
win here
entrance.
today, they get either
Some
3
music.
or 4 points depending on.
I
the
want to see
outcome.
Remy
And then
from
they
Ratatouille go at it
automatically
with
get another
Fievel
3 or
from
4
American
points
Tail to
because
see
someone-
Ah, there you
movie
go.
trivia. I mean, that's what I want to see.
So this is a
Those are
massive win for
references.
them, especially
There's
after
there's
Laura
my
Kelly
mouse and rat
being so
references.
close in the Star Wars
Nice.
tournament. They're just behind. They made a nice run here, but they're a little behind the Finstock Exchange trying to get first place.
Yeah, I mean, ironically, if anybody can take
Yeah, I
a
mean,
note out of
if
Chance's
if
playbook,
Corruption wins
maybe
this,
pull an upset over
do we know where they are at the
standings?
standings? They have 19. I think they are at, right? Something like that.
So while I think
points?
it is all
Yeah.
Corruption,
They're in
we're
third,
gonna
I think,
part
right now.
still the best of
I think they have
friends,
somewhere like
Mike.
19 or something
You
like
can't
that.
say the same
If
for
Mike
Roxy
wins,
and Shannon after
it's
today's
22.
match, because
Yeah.
the
And then they go to a
managers
corrupt, and then they go to a
we
corruption
got our own
final, which is the
thing
guaranteed
going
points,
over
and
on
at that they were either tie or pass swag for second place.
Roxy Stryer was
All
Mike
because of the
Kalinowski's
IG
first
tournament.
manager.
That's crazy.
When he came in with the league, and
Yeah, I think they're definitely in third right now. I think they
she said, you didn't
yeah,
even
Mike
let
and
me
Chance have been
manage
putting
you,
in
dude.
work
What
and
do you want
have
me to do? And you see
guaranteed
what
that they
Roxy has
passed
been
up
able to
the
do.
den.
She took the odd couple to teams championships. They have not been on great terms during the Schmoedown. They are constantly bickering with one another, but they haven't really.
Yeah,
gotten
Shannon
to
and Roxy. That's going to be a
hate
fun
each other.
conversation.
And here
I'm
they are.
actually
This
more
is
interested in
the
seeing what's going on with
has been
Mike and
the
Roxy
rock
here.
Star on the
That's
rock
true
star.
as well.
Look at
That is
all the
very
points
true.
that he's
That's
brought
actually
to
what
them.
I'm
She
pretty
knows
much most excited about.
She drafted him for the Star Wars Championship, knowing that he was going to compete in Innergeekdom, and I'm sure
They
she knew
haven't
he was gonna do
played.
well.
Have
I
they
don't
ever
know
played
anything
like against each other
this well.
as manager and player? I don't think they ever have they?
Fantasy drafter Lamar Jackson, maybe.
I think they've like bumped into each other loosely here and there, but not. They haven't done too much interaction since he left the league.
This is gonna be fun.
You probably have pajama bottoms on. Tell me I'm wrong.
You at first when you said pants on, I was like, he's wrong. I do have pants on. And then when you said pajama pants, I said I can't argue with it.
I got my basketball shorts, but nevertheless, we are raring to go. And boy, are the competitors and their respective managers. Let's take a look at the pre-show frivolity right now.
That promo work.
Now you want to talk. Now you want to talk, man. We came back, and I didn't want to do this after our last time. Oh, I don't want to hear that. I needed to go to my own thing and take care of this. Oh, here we're talking. Just relax. Don't tell me what to do, man.
See, we're a league. We're not. I'm a league of my own, man.
Gina Davis.
That's a great line.
I'm fully confident that he's going to be able to take this all the way. Look what he's done so far and how he grows every time. 2 perfect round 2s in a row.
Hello there, Alex. Roxy. Congratulations so far on the 2 victories you've gotten in my IG tournament right now.
I wonder if he actually ate all that.
He said in my IG tournament.
Brad Pitt of the Schmoedown.
From the kiddie pool into my league. This kid is coming into my house.
Mike Kalinowski is easily my greatest challenge yet in this division. He is a champion. I have nothing but respect for him. Can I beat him? Yes, I can.
Matt freaking Damon.
Well done. And so
Matt Damon. Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
I think we're all curious
Matt
to see
Damon.
what happens when he faces a more well-rounded, more versatile champion.
April O'Neil? You don't know those names and you think it's Catwoman? Get the hell out of my Innergeekdom League.
But the force is with me today, as it has been this entire tournament. Someone has to stand in the way of corruption. And right now, I feel like I can take on the whole empire myself.
This is where it ends, my friend. This is where it ends for you. You had a nice little run.
Fruit Loops.
You take me to my 5, pal.
You are what you eat, Mike.
See you again, Rocks. For the whole time. Just like old times with me.
Oh, Mike, Kalinowski. There's an ad.
Free.
You know what else is free is this advertising. Just kidding.
If y'all keep giving that away for free, though, I mean.
Oh, man. This is going to be rough.
The
This is gonna be a
drama,
hard one.
you knew it was going to be there. You knew of everything. I mean, you saw the split.
Does anybody else get the feeling that these questions are going to be really hard
in
this
that
time, too?
post-interview, all those years
They're going to
ago,
up the ante on these questions a little bit.
KO when he left.
Yeah.
The
Pretty
league,
much both
and when
championship players, so
he left Roxy.
Yeah.
we're going to get championship questions.
Because Roxy's okay. Roxy was managing.
I think
him.
this is like everyone's favorite
then
shot of
he had-
Mike.
he had
I was thinking the same thing. So
Roxy
iconic.
had You see what happened here. She's one of the best managers. in the league.
Hey, we got, is that
Shannon,
Shug?
obviously taking cracks at Roxy. This
Thank
is
you, sir.
drama personified, and we're
almost
looking forward.
I almost wanted to do the
seeing
Fat
how it
Albert
all plays
reference
out.
there, but we don't
All right,
reference
so speaking of said managers from the Rockstars,
really anything dealing with
Roxy
that man.
Stryer and
It's just Fat
manager
Albert.
of the
Okay, he doesn't get it.
Shannon
All right.
Barney.
No, I get
I
it.
don't know if
It's
I've
Fat
ever
Albert,
had you guys
though.
on a stream
I'll
together
ignore
on this
anything else
side,
other than
competing against one another. Shannon, let's start with you here. Mike Kalinowski. Obviously, we know the relationship that you two have and what has happened over his career in the Schmoedown. any words with Roxy, his first manager here today, potentially, competing and knowing some secrets?
I mean, she tried. Got to give her credit for that. And not much else to say.
Well, that works.
I tried to be his manager, and he wouldn't let me because he's so full of himself, and the only person he wants in his corner is somebody he sucks face with. So, I'm pretty glad Shannon and I are doing this via the interwebs. I think it's probably a better thing we're not in the same room.
Wow. Okay, so you bring up the interweb and you bring up modern technology, but Roxy, I mean, I think is it fair to say that you may be at a managerial disadvantage simply because of training? You have had to work remotely with Alex and putting him through his paces, while Shannon has the advantage of having, an in-town player she's managing. So is there some sort of disadvantage, or
in the living room, in the kitchen, bedroom? I mean,
for sure there's a disadvantage. Am I somebody who
can train before they fall asleep at night?
No, because Alex Damon is a champion, and he does whatever it takes to be a champion. So he isn't going to rely
Bust
on
out that binder. Let's go over Middle Earth again.
Well, because I'm out of town.
I'm in the bathroom.
And Mike live in town in a bubble together, and they can enjoy that.
Honestly, when I was a kid, I remember taking comic books in the bathroom.
Champion,
just take the binder and study.
Longer than any other champion can, then you're in trouble, no matter what city you live in.
Shannon, this is another big match here. Corruption has a chance to make it to the finals against one another. This Alex Damon was not supposed to be here, but everybody knows how great
I'm not supposed to be
competitor
here
he
today.
has shown in this preparation. Have you taken him lightly?
Clerks, also not a part of the Innergeekdom.
We're going to see how this goes, just like the rest of you. We are not underestimating the Demon.
Innergeekdom adjacent.
We're very glad to have Matt Damon on the
Matt Damon.
The thing is,
So,
everyone in this tournament.
speaking of which, real quick, when I was creating the stream, I typed up Alex Damon and I forgot to type the O.
Underestimating, it's not overestimating. He's just
So I was about to make this go live with Mike Kalinowski versus Alex Damon.
The lack of respect when she.
I almost should have left it just for that alone.
Right?
Oh, that would have been great. That would have
been hilarious.
Matt Damon's
just leave it in all caps too. Alex Damon.
If we had Matt Damon here, Alex Damon is the champion and is the person to play. So
I mean,
Shannon, thanks for showing me how much.
It's a veritable Ocean's 11 here, with Mike being the Brad Pitt of the Schmoedown, always eating something.
All right. Well, look, I expected nothing less. Thank you so much to both Corruption and to Roxy from the Rockstars. Mark, are you ready to go?
Matt Damon versus Ben Affleck. I like those apples, Christian.
Oh, Brad Pitt.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the movie trivia.
Look, Jim Carrey.
Schmoedown. 3 rounds in the semifinals of the Innergeekdom tournament. Introducing first, representing the Rockstars with a record of 3 wins, no defeats in the Innergeekdom division. He is the reigning movie trivia Schmoedown.
I hope these intros with logos are implemented in some way once we get back to in person.
Alex the Demon Damon.
I feel like they can still edit those in, like in a studio.
And my friend, you have been just doing so much.
I guess it depends on where they end up, what kind of studio space they end up with, and
how are you feeling going into this?
Keep forgetting they're not going back to Collider.
Easily your biggest challenge in the Innergeekdom division.
For sure.
Hopefully they got something by next year.
I've been having fun this whole time, and that's what I'm here to do. Just
does he have the Ark of the Covenant behind him?
Yeah. Things that I don't get to talk about.
All right, so he's good at Indiana Jones.
I mean, I'm still hoping one day I'll get to answer an Indiana Jones
so
question.
awesome.
But
see,
going through all these matches in this tournament has been. I feel like I'm just hanging on for dear life, but I'm hanging in there. Every break I get, like there's another slice of that wheel that I now consider to be a strength, and it's just going to happen every time. So we'll see if it holds up today.
That's why,
Alex, it just seems like
that's
you're,
why he's
you're
on the
just
bracket
enjoying this
where
kind
he's
of
at.
Cinderella journey you're on. Obviously, you have a championship on your mantle, but you just seem like you're just enjoying the moment as opposed to really worrying about who you're playing or how much knowledge you have. Do you think that mentality is going to give you an advantage over somebody who takes this stuff so seriously, like a Mike Kalinowski?
I hope so.
Real quick.
I kind of need that. I mean, he is an Innergeekdom champion, so I know in my mind that this is the biggest task I've ever had to handle. And
I was trying to make y'all like the side by side. I was like, does anyone see a resemblance here?
I
mean,
got it. Similar, very similar.
No, it's this.
You've seen all the drama go down between, the past relationship that.
Okay, I see what you're. Okay,
I've had. Obviously, we know that Shannon
I'm not playing that game.
Tries to get into her competitors' opponents' heads. Has any of that talk online?
It's okay. We'll teach you StreamYard once we're done here.
Has any of that
good job
teased you at all, or it's business as usual?
It's business as usual.
Everything I know about StreamYard I learned from C2A. Yeah, see, now look at that. Come on.
All right. He is Alex Damon.
Has anybody seen them in the same room together?
All right, Alex, gonna just take you out here.
Alex Damon and my brother.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
yeah, we've been in the same room together actually. Yeah.
Representing corruption with a record.
Kind of ruins that actually.
8 wins, 5 defeats, and 2 knockouts.
Nobody cared who I was, so I put on the Star Wars belt.
Is the former
So you took off the glasses and put on the Star Wars belt. Seriously, I'm kind of curious though. We should get a picture of you without your glasses next to him and just see if anyone can tell the difference.
We did that on Twitter already.
Oh, yeah. Garth did it.
Mike, the killer Kalinowski. Yes, semifinals.
Always so lackadaisical.
You would make it to the semifinals here.
Well, you've been 2-time IG champion. Wouldn't you be lackadaisical too?
But I gotta say, I like the different swagger he's been bringing to this tournament. It's a very different Mike, and I kind of like this Mike.
Not too far from the
you asked
me
a lot of questions there.
He's still knowledgeable, but he's ultimately seems to be just here for fun.
These things, I sit in the waiting room and I listen. I like to listen in. I found this delightful button. I've got the mute button on my microphone here, so I don't have to listen to Roxy talk because I knew it was going to blow out of her mouth, hot air as usual.
Not sure if that's how it works.
She's we put me here. We got chance. I mean,
I was thinking the same thing. Wouldn't that just mute him?
Yeah.
I came back. I've been doing great. It's what I wanted to do.
Unless he's logged in as
this kid.
It's like an admin, I guess, for this.
It's the cherry on the top. It's the icing on the cake. It's all of that after this. Chance did what everyone didn't think he could do. He's on the other side. He took care of his business. I'm taking care of my business on this side. We knew this was going to happen. We knew IG, that was my strength. Chance came out of nowhere with his strengths, playing phenomenal. This is win-win for us. I mean, come on now. What do we got here? I'm happy to be part of this kid's little boy's Cinderella story he's got going on here. This is cute.
Okay, but Mike, I
yes, Mark.
First, you ask you about your future. I'm going to ask you about your past.
Okay.
Any regrets with how the situation between you and your then manager Roxy went down? Anything, if you could go back in time and change what went down, would you do anything differently?
Marcus Ellis, let me ask you, let me tell you this, my friend. Because
I would take Adam Gertler with me to be my personal chef.
With Roxy, Mikey had 0 belts. Post Roxy, Mikey has 3 belts. That speaks for itself. I was beltless with her, and I'm 3 belts since her, whatever you want to call it. I didn't even call it management, what she did with me. It wasn't even management. It was like showing up and looking pretty. So the results speak for themselves, my friend. I hope that answers your question. I feel no regrets. I wouldn't go back in time. I was stuck on a losing team. I was stuck with people that didn't want to play. I trimmed the fat, as they were to say. I trimmed the fat, and I've been playing better than ever last year. I'm coming back strong as ever this year. What do I got? 3 wins so far. I played 3 matches. I've won 3 games. That's win-win in my book, my friends.
I want to see like this next draft.
Last question.
I want to see like Johnny LaQuasto come back and just put together this gigantic dynamite team, and the sole focus is to destroy corruption.
I mean, he could be the 10th manager.
Some people thought
yeah,
it's not.
Or he could come back as
here he is. He's the Star Wars champion. This man is
again as a assistant or whatever to Roxy.
Since
a consultant. Yeah, that's good. That's a good call too.
Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day.
Advisor.
You know what? Tana's lost, and I know exactly what happened watching that match. It was that challenge on the Green Hornet, which was a dumb challenge. But I saw it. I've been there because it got in his head.
I think there's something to say that Adam Gertler is running the
I really thought
Schmoedown.
I was going to be playing him. I'm playing Hannah now. Playing
Or at
Damon.
least cooking
So
for him.
here's an interesting thing.
I keep making references to his cooking. He was like on like Food Network before he started anything in the Schmoedown, and I like to cook.
I didn't
So
know that.
yeah, he was on their. They had a reality show, the next Food Network star. He was like on the first or second season of that. So yeah, he's also like on a lot of like infomercial. Yeah. Oh yeah, we could pause. He's also on a lot of like infomercials for like kitchen gadgets and stuff. So I see him doing that a lot. Yeah, but I've talked to him. I think I talked to him at the Draft Awards. And I was like, hey, by the way, I like you in the Schmoedown. I really like you when you were on the Food Network. And he's like, no one knows about that. I was like, I know. I love cooking. So
I like foods, therefore
I like food. So yeah, I will always make some kind of a joke or reference to Adam Gertler being like known for his food before I knew him for movie trivia.
Look at Mike's face. He's so sad you're not talking about him right now.
Oh, poor Mike. He just wants Adam to cook him something so he can eat it right now.
Yeah.
He doesn't have anything to eat at this very moment. Wait, how are you doing that? That was actually
so no Indy's a strength. Kid's laying all his cards on the table here. So what I like about this, it's a fair match now because I've played enough. This kid knows what I am and what I'm not. So the cards are on the table. There's no surprises. This kid has played his strengths. He's spun his strengths. He got Middle Earth. He got Star Trek. I want to see this kid how he does with something he's not good at. That's going to show.
What's he not good at?
Player he is. So
who said it?
Here we go. Here we go. That answer that question?
That's the general question, not for everybody.
I've seen him answer something like MC or DCEU next.
We bring back in Alex, and there is
I don't think so.
Mike Kalinowski.
There he is.
All right.
There he is.
So let us get to the rules of round number 1 of this semifinals match here.
Here we go. Goodness.
All Van Dam questions.
Where are the rules?
Fan-damn-tastic.
I'm being told that's not the case today, unfortunately.
Damon-tastic.
My suggestion did not pass.
No.
I left it in the comment box. Here we go. Your round number 1 rules. Each competitor.
Answer questions, answer them correctly. That's how you get points. All right, moving on.
Is that how this game is played?
Worth 1 point. There is no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing, at least not in round.
So if you don't
number
answer,
1.
you don't get a point, right?
You have 15 seconds to answer.
Yeah, typically.
If you're not sure of the answer, maybe you can use a JTE rule. You have 3 of those throughout the match.
Any specific rule I should know about?
Back your head to the front of your head. You also each have 1 challenge to be.
We don't say curse words on this channel.
They have to ratify.
That's fair. I don't say much of that, so that's all good.
They lose your challenge because you only have 1 of them.
Not much. I mean, we pretty much answer in this.
Have been one of the big stories.
We let them talk first, and then we'll show our answers.
Boy, do we hope not.
You ain't lying. We've always been on the same page, but we're dancing on the same page right now. All right, so we start with the former 2-time champ Mike Kalinowski. Are you ready?
My friend, I am ready to go.
All right.
I'm ready.
Ride for ruin.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown.
Still like that graphic.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
One, guys, comes from the MCU. Here's your question. In Iron Man, Phil Coulson says that the S in SHIELD stands for what?
Christian, I did a
spaghetti
this morning.
Milk.
Malort.
The spaghetti, hummus, ice cream, eggnog.
Eggnog, really?
That's the word you came up with?
You went with eggnog.
Strategic.
Yes. And Alex?
Strategic.
Strategery.
Stratego.
Question 2.
Question 2.
Saul, we're not highlighting your comment.
Star Wars. Favorite movies.
Well, thank you for being here.
In the Star Wars universe, will you find Han Solo saying, "I've got a good feeling about this"?
Oh, smack.
Oh,
stop wrong. Is the game over?
You can have my bill.
Okay.
4, 3,
nice.
2, 1. Pens down, please. Alex, for the Star Wars Championship.
Solo, a Star Wars story.
Yeah, Solo would have been fun.
Are you going to challenge me on this? I said Solo.
No, Solo's fine.
Okay, all right.
Solo.
There's some people in this league that don't play that card, so
I know. That's okay. Solo's fine. Next question.
That movie
is in the realm of Middle Earth. Here we go.
Goodness.
In The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey, Gandalf recruits Bilbo to the dwarf company under the pretense of Bilbo being the group's official what?
I will say I did enjoy the Mario Van Peebles solo movie in the 90s. I rented it.
Oh yeah.
Good action movie. Good action.
I know one person who's not going to get this right.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. And Mike.
He's their burglar.
He is. And Alex.
Burglar.
Okay.
Mascot.
Nope.
3.
Burglar.
Next question, Mark.
Oh, so one
Next
person didn't get it
question
right, huh?
for DC movies.
The one person hasn't seen Hobbit.
Question. Who directed the 1995 film Batman Forever? Cut to a young Mark Ellis.
By the way,
Spelling
spelling
counts.
counts.
Left and right to get enough money to go see
Oh man, that's a rough one then.
5,
That is a rough one.
Just kidding.
2.
work at the theater.
We'll be a little relaxed on that.
Pens down.
I would love to see a
and
reactor, a
Alex.
reaction channel that says spelling
Joel
actually.
Schumacher.
That's fine. And Mike.
Rest in peace, Joel Schumacher.
Joel
That is absolutely
Yeah,
correct.
rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Next question is question number 5. This is Marvel. In the 2000 film Elektra, which actor plays Stick?
Ooh.
All right. From Batman
okay.
Forever to Elektra.
And Elektra?
Two of the classics.
Yep.
It's like
Oh my god, what's his name?
Oh.
4, 3, 2.
I think I got it.
Down, Mike.
Terrence Stamp.
Oh no!
Terrence Stamp.
I put the
Terrence
wrong last
Stamp.
name. Terrence Howard.
Chancellor Valorum.
Kalinowski going
I
head
put the
to
wrong
head.
last name.
General Zod.
Question 6.
They're perfect.
We get it.
halfway
You know
through round
geek
number
movies,
one. If
guys.
They maintain this amazing pace. They're going to be asked a bonus question, also worth 1 point. We move on to the Wizarding World. And the question.
I like the way he said
In Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, what broom model did Lucius Malfoy buy for the entire Slytherin Quidditch team?
Oh man.
I always thought that kid was kind of a
The only reason I know this is because we hosted trivia on my other show and I wrote the question.
flute.
I can't remember. I know the name. I can't remember the number.
3, 2.
I got it.
1. Pens down. Alex.
I'm gonna guess the
Nimbus
number.
2001.
That is correct.
Okay.
And Mike.
Nimbus 2001.
That's a Nimbus 5000.
It's a Swiffer 9000.
Question number 7. Star Trek. All right, Star Trek. Who played the villainous Krall, K-R-A-L-L,
Nice.
in Star Trek Beyond?
Not to be confused with Krull.
No, wanted to make sure.
Your favorite space fantasy?
I like how he spelled the name of the villain.
Yeah.
When spelling, in regards to this person, spelling of the character name is not the important one.
1. Pen down, please. And Mike.
Idris Elba.
Yes, thank you for spelling it correct.
Did I
And
spell it right?
Idris Elba.
It's Greg Alba.
Here we go.
Idris Greg Alba.
give a big F-U to the writers for that question. All right.
I find it humorous. Your next question, gentlemen, is in the world of the DC EU, extended universe of DC. In Suicide Squad, when Deadshot tells Flag to work on his team motivation, what famous real-life coach does he say is standard in this?
Oh man,
I would like to thank the writer for this question, Chris.
real life coach.
I know you would.
Yeah.
Gary.
And someone's there for you. 5, 4, 3.
I'm not going to show this answer.
1. Pens down, please. And Alex.
I can't remember.
It's incorrect. Mike.
Phil Jackson?
Triangle, bitch. Phil Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well now I will show the answer because me
8-7.
and Alex
Mike
are definitely the
Kalinowski
same person.
takes the lead here by 1 point over Alex. So
Life coach,
Not
not
my
sport
thing
coach.
either, so I'm proud of myself for that one.
Mike Kalinowski going up by 1 as we get to the 9th question. Mike's still perfect here. Alex trying to stay 1 point behind. Heroes and villains. Heroes and villains. Who plays Peyton Westlake, a brilliant scientist who was left for dead and burned alive in 1990s Darkman?
That doesn't sound like fun, does it, Christian?
Certainly doesn't.
Wow. You know, we try to keep a clean show here, but the private chat, that's another show entirely.
Oh, nice job. I didn't see that. I wish I wouldn't. Now I'm 5, 4, 2, 1. Pens down, please. And Mike Kalinowski.
Liam Neeson.
That is correct. And Alex?
Liam Neeson.
Okay, so Alex,
The Liam Neesons?
within 1 point on the former
It's
two-time
Liam
champ,
Neeson.
as it is 9-8. However,
Yep.
Mike Kalinowski has an opportunity here to get all these questions right and go for the bonus question.
Liam Neeson.
Should he hit it? All right. Question number 10.
A lot of preamble for that.
5
All
questions
the
later.
bag.
Yeah.
Let's reach our hands in there and see if you've heard of this movie. Who voices the villainous Syndrome
Oh,
in
whoa.
2004's The
Yep.
Incredibles? Good final question there.
Ooh.
There's always one of these.
Only one's going to get a bonus if he gets it right.
So see, Incredibles could be a part of IG, but Toy Story?
2.
This
One
isn't right,
comes
but it
down.
could.
Alex?
Feels like
Jason
it.
Lee.
That's correct.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, I never would have pulled that.
Perfect round.
Never would have pulled that.
Jason Lee.
Oh, nice. I didn't write anything
I went
down.
TJ Miller,
This is how this works.
which, if you think about it,
Mike,
isn't
you
that
don't
far
need to
off.
write this down.
No,
You
it is not that far off. You're right.
just- you and only you to go up by one more point.
Nice pull.
Are you ready for your last bonus question?
Yes, sir.
Here you go. Who plays the villain? Silk and Floss, the octopus assistant in
Is that
2008.
ScarJo?
Scarlett Johansson, yeah.
Yeah.
You say.
Scarlett.
Scarlett Johansson.
For one more point.
So yeah, with the ones that we don't write on the whiteboard, it's just blurted out once you know it.
Former champ taking a 2-point lead over the reigning Star Wars champion. All right, going to
People
bring
saw the
you guys
spirit.
in here too, and we're going to start Mark.
I mean, I know Mark and
Round
Draco
number
did.
2. What are the rules?
Round number 2, the rules
how he knocked
work
out
as thus. It's the wheel round.
the entire
wheel of
table during the
destiny,
free-for-all.
doom, and justice. Each competitor gets a spin. at
Oh
that
yeah, that's
wheel.
right.
Settle on a
XX5.
category.
That was a spirit question for that.
Genre of inner geekdom goodies. Each question is worth 2 points. No penalty. For
How'd you guys do?
However, stealing
6.
is available in round
7.
number 2, as I'm sure you gentlemen know.
I got 8.
If you're not sure of the answer, ask us multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which we
Well, Jake,
promise
that-
is
Was it that Harry Potter question?
How do you hear, Jake?
They have all their
Feel free to go back to your own channel.
and they have all their challenges.
I'm just kidding.
So Christian, what we're going to ask you now is Mike Kalinowski, because he does take a 2-point perfect game into the second round. He is going to consult with his manager first and see if they want to spin or defer to the team.
Little puppy.
Drop off Roxy and Alex here.
Ugh.
Is Roxy high right now? Look at her.
No, just
Oh,
your face.
Goodness.
Jiggly puff that you like.
This thing?
Huh.
This
Like when you answer questions, you guys look at his face like.
that one, Roxy?
Actually, an annoying face.
Can we drop Roxy out of the
My
chair?
brother being the Pokemon expert. Does that look like Jigglypuff?
You're great, Alex. You're great, Alex.
I actually want to hear them go.
Oh, the banter.
No, he looks nothing like Jigglypuff.
Okay, just need clarification.
You got this.
Roxy, I'm going to remove you here for a second. as
Alex,
we-
I'm sorry, buddy, for her. I apologize.
All right. Let's
But you know this only works because they're such great
Perfect game
friends.
Doesn't mean
Yeah.
anything. Doesn't mean anything at this point. Still, he could Star Wars.
They
he
can like
could,
dig at each other pretty hard, and
he's
it's
still
just
in this.
hilarious.
I'm going to spin first. That's what we always do. I'm not going to change from it. What do you think?
I was just gonna say, typically we would say ladies first, but we all know chivalry's dead. So let's go ahead and take that wheel.
Dang.
Let's go.
Yes, guys, we're going to spin first, please.
All right, here we go. Here's the first spin.
It is not dead. I still open car doors.
All right, round
For
and
yourself?
round it goes. Christian, a little wagging on that.
Sure.
button that
Ayo.
Roxy Stryer out of the meeting.
And we see ourselves with heroes and villains. Heroes and villains. You'd like 60
All
seconds to decide.
So, yeah. Babe, we talked about this. I'm feeling good with that one.
Really?
But it's just the broad category. They're not going to go deep. I think we can
Yeah.
do better, What do you think?
But Indy, what do you think?
What do we have on our sheet? What did we talk about before?
Indy
Before
sings
we
spin
stay away
again.
from this, right?
Yeah, we can do better. Let's
All right, we'll do better. We'll try better.
All right, here we go.
That dog is a
Let's try to do better
star.
Here, and here it is.
All right. We'll give Molly
Wow.
a chance to say hi to Indy. Say hi, Molly.
So we find ourselves at the
MCU.
MCU.
Interesting. Okay.
Gonna drop Shannon out there. We're gonna bring back Alex. All right, Mike, you get 5 questions in the realm of the MCU.
Okay.
Question number 1. Here you go. What is the name of the Kree homeworld in Captain Marvel?
Paula.
That was just Kree Homeworld.
Paula.
Yeah.
Correct. 2 points. Question 2. In Captain
Oh, yeah.
America
Okay.
Civil War, what company is Stan Lee
FedEx.
delivering
FedEx.
for in his cameo.
Federal Express.
He's got
Stank.
a package for Mr. Stank. He's a FedEx delivery man.
Such a great scene.
Stank.
Here.
Such a great scene.
Question 2. Question 3. The opening scene of Ant-Man.
Oh, goodness.
Which Hank Pym resigns from S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, jeez.
In what year?
I'll say 93.
My favorite movie that came out.
94.
It was 1989.
That's correct.
Batman
Oh,
was one
wow.
of my favorite.
I thought it was in the 90s,
2
too.
more points. All
Yeah,
right.
goodness.
Mike, 2 more questions here. 2 more questions. All right,
Huh.
Mark, I don't know. You're not answering these questions, but Mike will. Here's question 3.
Question 4. Question 4, right?
Question 4. What is the full name of the character played by Rebecca Hall in Iron Man 3?
Can't remember her first name.
Maya Hansen.
Maya Hansen, yeah.
Correct. 2 more points for Mike Kalinowski. Here's your last one.
Mm,
Here it is.
I wish
Not
her
that
character was
handsome.
so good.
The
I
start
love that character.
of Infinity War. Thanos
Power.
has
Yeah,
whipped
power.
Infinity Stone in his possession.
From Zendar.
Which I'm bummed out about the fact that we don't get to see that anymore.
Just laying waste to Xandar. That would have been awesome.
Yeah.
Fine.
Because that means he had to go through like the entirety of the Nova Corps.
And I know that sets up the storyline for
One
obviously Nova, the character being the only one left, etc., but I would have loved to see more of Xandar and all that stuff.
I think we'll see. I think that'll definitely come back if they ever do anything with Nova. We'll get to see probably that on the back end there.
Alex, even Mike
Oh,
himself,
see that actually happen? That would be
we
crazy.
know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to be based on round 3. You've got this. Stay level-headed like you always
It'll be
do.
Nova's
I don't need to tell
backstory
you,
that
you're
we
the
get to
Yoda.
see
You've
finally.
got this going on. And I have all the faith in the world in you. Also, Mike is the most basic batch of all time with MCU. Oh my God, do you love MCU? Like all the MCU movies, Mike, have you? Are they amazing? Tell me about them. The worst.
That's a Star Wars reference, isn't it?
No, that'd be Bad Batch.
Fair enough. All right.
Oh,
Let's get that still up there.
Nice try.
Here it is. Okay, Alex, here's your first spin.
I would love Middle Earth or Star Wars right now. Are you kidding? That'd be amazing.
Well, it didn't matter. You wouldn't have to spin away from it.
Star Wars would be hilarious.
Ooh.
Close.
Nope, spin away.
Yeah.
Spin away from that.
Nope.
We would have been fine, but we discussed too. Agreed.
We won't be fine because Mike will get all the steals.
And
Don't
whoever
want that.
lands on here, he's going to have to take.
Back around, Christian.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
You don't get
Man.
DC. All right, Rox.
I would have stuck with DCU.
I'm going to bring
Oh, wow.
All right, Alex, you're going to get 5 questions.
Surprised
in
Mike's
the
not like
realm
gloating
of
right now.
The DC.
This could be rough.
All right, Mark, what do you got?
DC, where the Ellis family's from. That's not going to be on the test. What is
Home of
movies
the
in
Washington
DC
football
universe.
team.
And Alex, your first
Oh,
one.
goodness.
Teen Titans Go
Topical.
to the movies. Who voices Robin?
Oh no.
No clue.
Multiple choice.
Oh god.
A. Greg Sykes. B. Scott Menville. C. Carrie.
Those are
Payton.
names.
Or D. Eric Bauza.
Those are definitely names.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'll say C.
D.
You said D.
D. Yeah.
That is
As in dog.
incorrect. So for the steal, Mike,
Ah.
when Teen Titans Go to the movies, who voices Robin? Is it A. Greg Sipes, B. Scott Menville, C. Carrie Payton, or D. Eric Bauza?
That B.
B is in boy is
Yeah.
correct for a point.
Oh.
Scott Menville is the answer.
Jeez.
Big steal.
Oh, that's not good.
Alex needs all the points he can get here as we get into our next question.
All right, Alex, back to you for 2 points. In The Dark Knight, the Joker says he prefers to use a knife on his victims because with guns,
I want
he
emotions.
can savor
Great
all
call.
the
I wish I did my watch along before this.
Can't savor all the little emotions.
Emotions.
big 2-point
Great call.
for Alex and Christian.
All right, question number 3, Mark. Here we go. Question number 3.
And we're back for 2 points, Alex. In the world of DC, in Constantine, before committing suicide, Isabel says a word that only her sister noticed on a security tape. What was the word?
Multiple
Google.
choice.
I don't know.
Is it A, please,
Mike.
B, Constantine, C, help,
Repent.
D, repent?
I'll say help.
I would think repent.
That is incorrect. So for a 1 point,
Dang it, PJ.
Mike, your question again. In Constantine, before committing
Foiled
suicide,
again.
Foiled again.
that only the person noticed on a security tape. What was the word? Was it A, please, B, Constantine, C, help, or D, repent?
I'm gonna go help.
Yeah, we're actually looking for Constantine. Title of the movie. It's right
Oh.
there.
All
right.
No,
Probably would have
Right
gotten that
now,
if
we
I'd seen
see
that movie.
ourselves with a 22-11 lead.
Oh, I saw that movie once.
Yeah, I think I've seen it once too.
All righty. Question number 4. Your penultimate question in DC, Alex. Which actor plays Edward Nygma's boss?
Oh, Ed Begley Jr.
Thrown out of a window to his death.
That's
in Batman Forever.
Yeah.
Wow. How did I know Ed, Ed Begley Jr. out of nowhere?
Give me multiple choice.
All right.
Ugh.
Is it A, Rene Auberjonois, B, Ed Begley,
Auberjonois.
C, John Glover, or D, Paul?
You sure it's not
Gleason?
John Glover?
Ed Begley Jr.
Yes, it's Ed Begley Jr.
Point for Alex
Yeah.
Dana.
I was like, I remember John
Yes.
Glover in these
So,
actually.
Alex Damon,
No, John Glover was in Batman and Robin. He was the
and he doesn't get it. A steal.
Poison Ivy's Woodrow, Jason
Yeah.
Woodrow.
Steal.
That's right. That's why I'm getting confused.
Then the match will be over via KO.
Also, Lex Luthor's father in Smallville.
Which I've watched
Man.
about 6 dozen
Alrighty.
different times.
Yeah.
I'm a Smallville junkie. Oh,
Yep.
love that show.
Mike could
In
KO
Watchmen.
him here.
The original Minutemen.
Oh, it's a Watchmen question. Oh, that's tough.
During what year?
Oh,
That is tough. That is
Oh.
a hard question.
Man, he's getting some nasty questions here.
Yeah, these are not easy.
Oh,
I
that's
lost my light.
nice.
I'm gonna go multiple choice.
All right.
Oh,
Is it
this
A,
is.
1937,
Oh man.
39,
41.
C, 1941, or D,
I'll
19...
say 37.
43.
Oh,
Come on, Alex. Come on.
41.
That is incorrect.
Oh.
For 1 point to steal your question. In Watchmen.
And the
original
KO.
Minutemen superhero team.
Oh,
formed
that would
what
suck.
year? Was it A, 1937, B, 1939, C, 1941, or D, 1943?
And Alex said which number?
Can't tell you that.
Can't tell
Okay.
them.
5.
B.
There you go.
wow. Wow.
Jeez.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
Mike, the killer.
What do we say? Wheel spin? Yep.
Kalinowski.
Wow.
Picking
Jeez.
up 4 massive points here. Picking up
That was 100% wheel spin right there.
That was just bad luck of the draw. His luck ran out.
in the waiting room at the moment. Good.
Then, and those weren't like your typical DC questions either.
No, that's like you were saying that these were going to be harder than
Yeah.
normal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those were. So what I think happens here, if we can peg anything on the writers, which let's not do too much of that, but I would say they picked the DC questions with the idea that Mike was going to spin.
And then
Very well.
And then it went to Damon.
And then it went to Damon, who we have found Damon's current one weakness.
And in every match he's played so far, he has gotten something different. He's never gotten the same exact thing. Like Mike has spun a lot of DCEU or gotten a lot of DC questions.
Yeah.
For Alex, it's been different every time, and it finally caught up with him. Like it just, and that sucks. Like that's just a bummer.
That's rough because obviously you want to see the upset there. You want to see Alex Damon go for that double belt. But before we listen to them do the post match here, let's just recognize that we're about to get Kalinowski versus Ellison for the Innergeekdom finals. Wow!
Jeez.
Wow! All right.
What are the promos going to be like? Is it going to be Shannon versus Shannon?
Yeah, I don't. We'll see how they manage because is Shannon going to manage both of them?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, on one of our comments when we were doing our main show, because we had talked about this, I think someone said on backstage Christian gave her the okay to manage both of them because it's over StreamYard, which would be interesting.
I don't know. That's going to be interesting to see how that works because I know there's like room where like the fans will be like, "Oh, you're favoring one over the other," and you would expect her to favor Mike because hello, but you have to argue against that. It's like no, she's managing them both fairly. Well, I don't know. This is going to be interesting. This is why I would think every faction would do well to have an advisor who's going to be the second in command in case their players ever face off against each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I think. That's why I say Den is in a really good position because they've got both Kate and Grace in there. But
I would love to see Laura Kelly step in maybe as a pseudo manager. That'd be cool.
That'd be interesting. That'd be really interesting. Mark Hoyk.
Dewberry.
All right. I'm going to keep playing it.
A perfect match here for Mike as far as the second round goes. Knockout. Shannon, you couldn't even be expecting a knockout, could you?
That's a lot of points. That's a lot of points they just got out of that.
Legend. Yeah.
Was that 4? Was that 4 points?
That it comes against the Rock Stars. This is KO. You basically taking them out of this tournament here, and now it's an all corruption finals as we see Chance versus Mike.
Look, I told you guys we have been.
Yep.
But we have been working so hard.
Crazy.
Ready for a nice little vacation, and we friggin' earned it. Roxy, you can talk all you want, but you're not going to do it in the IG tournament anymore. So you're going to have to find a new place, honey.
Mike, a big victory for you.
Yeah, guys. Man, that is my first. I think it's my first IG perfect game. My first perfect game in IG.
Wow.
And I told you I was coming back. I told you guys everyone in the league was put on notice this year. That's what I did. Every single match, I've gotten better and better. That's what I'm doing. I don't feel bad for Alex. He played a great game. This guy's a great IG competitor. He comes here knowing his stuff. He was just another hurdle to get over in this. It's nothing personal against this kid. He's great. He is great. He's a champion, and he proves it. It's not against him. This is what I'm doing in this league. I'm coming back for my belt. People doubt me. I told at the beginning of this year, I'm putting everyone on notice. Now you've got Chance and I, the two of us, in the finals together. We have done it. We have done this.
That's just crazy to think about.
That's going to be fun.
I got the best teammates doing 5-hour study sessions. That proves it right there. Perfect damn game. KO. That's why they call me Mike KO Kalinowski.
All right. Well, you mentioned your manager, and maybe is the best in the business, and maybe you're the best in the business, but you're going up against that manager too, and against one of those teammates. So, Mike, how did the tactics now change as far as your preparation for a match? I know you and Chance work closely together leading up to individual matches. How is that going to change
that's actually something I did expect from him.
Normally I sit very attentive
to some degree.
My book and everything. I'm going to sit this time when I'm
especially
doing my
after that
Chance like this. Feet up, I'm going to kick back, and I'm going to relax.
Especially after that wheel spin.
Win.
I expect Mike to give him a little.
I'm going to call your
little credit there
on that, Mike.
Oh, what you got? What you got this time? Let's hear this.
I know you too well. Right around the corner. We know that right now because of this, you get 4 points. Now you've picked up 7 points here with this win because now one
7
of you guys is going to win for those finals, and that's 7 points for corruption. So that's big.
It's huge.
Let's not forget that the winner of the finals goes on to play either Smets or Chance. That is a shot at redemption for you to get your belt.
It's going to be a 5-rounder
too. Tell me that who wins? I'm not buying it.
Well, Christian, you got to look at this. Like, I got to take myself, and a lot of people don't like to think about this with me, but I can be selfless. I can be without ego. People think I'm all ego. They think my whole body is all ego. It's about corruption. It's about winning. Yes, do I want to go against Smets? But you know what? Smets cut me, and I bled. I bled hard. I bled all over that damn stage. I limped off that stage with the amount he cut me in that match. And Star Wars, and we talk about the Jedi and their mentors and masters and Padawans. And what's the highest form of a mentor? What he feels is when his Padawan surpasses him. So if Chance were to surpass me, I'd feel nothing but adulation for that kid. Because I know he wants to be a champion. He's got the heart of a champion because I'm a champion. If he gets it, because I told you he was going to be a champion by the end of this year. I said it was going to be singles, might be team, it might be IG now. But it's going to be a great match. It's going to be a great match. His knowledge is insane. My knowledge is insane. It's going to come up to those one slip-ups. It's going to be, but the fans win. It doesn't matter. Fans win.
Shannon, are you torn here? Like, I know that it's obviously the easy.
This is crazy to think about. Oh,
finals point wise,
it's just too much.
I'm so excited. But actually,
one of these guys is not going to be playing for the championship. Is that just something you guys got to deal with?
I mean, what do we look like, the Finstock Exchange? Like we're gonna this is the best situation for corruption. I'm picturing myself right now, not on the internet, playing this game, trying to have this internal struggle between Mike and Chance, and oh my God, who's gonna win? I'm on a beach somewhere. We're all sitting down, planning session, playing a friendly game of cornhole, and at the end of it, we're all just gonna crack open an ice cold beer and laugh because we're better than all of you.
Wow. All right. Well, either way,
Yeah,
somebody from
was a
Corruption is
promo.
getting an Innergeekdom title going to the final. So
I expect to see that next week.
congratulations to Mike Kalinowski.
Thank you, boys. Thank you, boys.
Gonna put you in the waiting room here. Gonna bring in Alex, Damon.
Sorry, I'm just like choking still on the amount of BS that was just spoon fed to us by Mike Kalinowski. I'm sorry, you don't care if he wins. Oh, it's okay. It's okay, Jigglypuff. If he wins, it's no worries. Oh my God, please.
I gotta ask you, Rox. I know you well enough. Did this? It really seems that this personal thing with Mike may have gotten into your head a little bit. Are you? Did it bother you?
The match today?
Not for the match, just in general. It just seems like it really bothered you to even be in a virtual room with Mike Kalinowski.
Listen, I don't like his face.
Oh,
and I don't like what he does. I don't like what he stands for. Actually, we all know. We've watched him through the years. You think he's as excited for Chance to win as he is for himself to win? If he believes that lie, then really we have a bigger problem.
All right. Go ahead, Mark.
Alex, let's talk about the match itself. I mean, you really got a good slap.
All right, Alex, over to you.
DC question. Face the DC challenge with that wheel with DCU versus DC. You're neck and neck with Mike leaving round number one, and then all of a sudden it's just an avalanche that hits you. What do you take away from a match as tough as this one?
I mean, in hindsight, like I wish I stayed with just DCEU. If I had known that that's what I was going to spin next, I would have probably gotten more points there. I've seen them more recently. There's fewer films.
The smart move was to
so
spin
like
again,
I'm already
though.
in my head about
Yeah.
you
You got to take a chance at this point, right?
Yeah.
I have to admit, this whole tournament, I've been doing
Try to
really
roll
well.
Star
in
Wars or
round
Middle
two,
Earth.
and I mean, that's because I've been hitting things that I know, and DC is something that clearly I still have as a weak point. So that's going to be filled in by the next time I sit down to play.
Oh my God, he's gonna come back so scary. Oh,
Ask you there.
yeah. Oh my goodness.
You're 3-1. There are not a lot of Innergeekdom competitors. I mean, hell, Mike Kalinowski didn't go 3-0 in his first three
I would
matches in
argue
the
if
Innergeekdom division, and it's a stacked
if he does
division
lose
right
that
now.
Star
So
Wars belt,
you did find
watch
some
out,
success
Innergeekdom.
in the Innergeekdom. You
Yeah,
went
he might take a break from Star Wars and go straight IG.
but I
I've seen
guess
that.
you kind of answered our question.
Pick up
So
the IG belt and then come back in after the Star Wars again.
Yep. This can play in Innergeekdom.
Oh yeah, I've been having a blast doing this and studying other things, getting into other fandoms. I've been finding that I've been enjoying some other fandoms that I haven't so much in the past. So I'm finding a new appreciation for movies that aren't just in the stars.
Roxy, you gonna say something?
It's just a matter of time. Like, here's the thing. Alex Damon is going to be the IG champion, period. I know that about him. It's so clear. And yes, was a weakness revealed today? It was. And what does he do when we've revealed weaknesses in the past?
When
like
we
when
fall,
saw
Bruce.
him compete live. He fills
Pick
in those
ourselves back up.
holes.
Pick ourselves
Was
back
this
up.
the tournament for him? I mean, he went really, really freaking far, and I'm so proud of him. But clearly, this wasn't the one that was going to get him the belt. That doesn't mean he will not be wearing that belt.
Is
and be
it
double belted at
the
some
wrong
point.
thing to say that
It's just a
he
matter
could
of
come
time.
back all
I
lost
am
sets
so
after going till beer?
blessed to have Alex Damon on my team. I don't know what I would do without him.
Remains to be seen
and I
for
was
next
really
year.
impressed today.
Yeah,
Those
it's gonna be a
even
while.
though I do a DC
Yeah.
show, those DC questions were so hard. I mean, those were really challenging. That's not me complaining about the question writers. You guys do your job. Just they were very, very challenging questions. And anybody watching this is going to
Yeah.
see that.
Yep.
You have no shame.
I wonder
in
what
this.
Mike would have said about
That
those
was
questions. I know he wouldn't want to sit on camera, but
Did you see his face during it?
But you were.
yeah, it's true.
was
He
like-
was struggling a little bit.
Round one question missed. Come on. You did an amazing job.
Yeah, Christian, I think I do have to ask this just because I'm sure all the fans are curious. To both Roxy and Alex, I know it's a fresh wound, but now that we have this championship matchup, Chance, Mike, do y'all even watch, or do you just pretend like it's not going to happen? And if you are going to watch, who do you think's going to win?
I watch them all. I mean, I'm like shocked and excited for Chance. I've been friends with him in the Schmoedown for a while, and I've always liked watching Mike compete, and he's got a great story to go back and maybe play against Smets or Chandru and get that belt back. Between the two of them, man, I don't know.
Roxy?
I hope that Chance takes Mike and wipes on fire and him.
I have a feeling this just got personal.
Yeah.
We see if Mike is really so happy for Chance. He's just so proud that he surpassed him, his partner in crime. Let's see once Chance wins how Mike feels about being his partner.
Well, we are going to see, and we're going to also see Alex Damon at the Spectacular defending the Star Wars movie trivia Schmoedown
Molly back there.
championship.
Yeah.
Cinderella story, the Rocky
Dad, turn that
Balboa
off.
of the movie trivia Schmoedown. Andres Ace
Excuse me,
Cabrera,
stepdad, turn that off.
the only 4-0 competitor in the history of Star Wars. You've seen what he's been able to do so far. He upset City as he takes out Ken Knapsack, Laura Kelly, Andrew DeMolanta, and next on that upset City tour is Alex Damon. How do you feel about going into this match with Andres Cabrera?
I'll start by saying that I like Ace a lot. I thought that what he did in the tournament was amazing, but it does really annoy me that he doesn't have a loss on that record. Change. I've got 5 months now to focus on nothing but Star Wars. And I already know it better than December. I'm going to be more than ready.
Well, there you go. The Star Wars movie trivia Schmoedown champion of the world, Alex the Demon Damon.
At some point, do you think you could possibly know too much?
I'm so
Probably.
proud of him. First of all,
When does he surpass George Lucas?
like that was the most amount of crap talk I've ever heard him even say. Like, he is growing and learning the fact that he should own his power. He's one of the greatest players to ever play. This is no exception today. We're gonna be double belted so soon it doesn't even matter. Like, Alex Damon, anybody who looks at you and sees anything other than a star is a moron Jigglypuff.
Well, there you go. So, Foxy Schreier and Alex the Demon Damon.
That's a combination I never thought I'd hear.
Here, as the singles tournament is right around the corner, coming up really, really soon. Thank you guys. Really
See you then, Shannon.
Thank you. All right. So, singles tournament we do have, and July 31st, that's coming up.
Goodness.
Real soon. Ethan, big time Irwin, going up against Sean, the Outlaw Roca. It is the #1 contender match that is going to be on pay-per-view. If you want to get it, if you're a patron on Patreon, you go to the $10 tier, you will automatically get it, or you can get it for $4.99 on the schmoedownlive.com. That's available for purchase now. And on the undercard, you get that big teams match between Final Exam and Deep 13. So it's a big, massive card here, doubleheader on that event, July 31st. Check that out. And then obviously after all these big pay-per-views that we have, then you get the singles tournament. Mark 36 4 play-in matches. The winner.
I am not ready.
I still really like Lon over there on the side of this.
Why am I here?
World of the Schmoedown.
Yeah.
Hey, the bigger the number, whether it's competitors, managers, questions, it all means good things. For you, the fans watching, if you caught any of the live Twitch shows that we did, the tournament, the Star Wars tournament that we crowned live on July 8th, you're going to want to be there in the building July 31st. It's going to be a big time event. You can watch it right from the comfort of your own home, wearing pants like Christian is, wearing shorts like I am, or wearing nothing at all. We really don't care.
We don't. We do care that you guys can get this anytime you want. If you want it on audio, you just go to either Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you want. Check out the Schmoedown, and you can get these matches and listen to them in your car, wherever you want. And there's also a lot of other shows. Backstage is on Tuesdays. On every Saturday morning, you have the Schmoedown Rundown with Frank Janish and Brad Gilmore. So please download, leave us a rate and a comment, do all that stuff. So thank you. For Mark Ellis, I'm Christian Harloff. We'll see you for the finals next week. It's an all-corruption final. Oh, my goodness. Mike, the Killer Kalinowski, facing his team's partner, the Cobra, Chance Ellison, in the finals. The winner will face the champion at the Schmoedown Spectacular. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.
Goodness. My head hurts.
It's Mike Kalinowski. There he is. No, stop.
Yeah, so all corruption final, which means that now our bracket looks like that.
Wow.
Look, we took a shot. We took a shot. I mean, it was kind of an obvious miss, but
yeah.
Sometimes you take a shot at the quote unquote underdog and hoping that you get it right on the bracket and be the genius that everyone's like, "How did you know?" We just knew.
I'm still wondering what's the storyline on that going to look like now? If Chance beats Kalinowski,
how does that be team? Yeah, how does it affect corruption? I mean, if there's one team or faction that you can see it not affecting, it definitely looks like it would be them.
Mm-hmm.
But it's interesting because they have that team's fight coming up, obviously, and if Chance does win, how does that look into the team's fight? And if they lose, what happens there?
Yeah.
Like, it could be a very interesting couple months for corruption, especially, I mean, the thought of them running through the singles tournament too and possibly meeting up at the end of that as well, which is a big possibility with the way they're playing. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I see it. I can see a world where Chance beats Mike and then they lose in that team match. And then it's like, well, where does Chance go? Hey, I had this. Where were you at? You saw how well I played in Innergeekdom. I've got this. Why aren't you backing me up? And, they could drive a little stake in between the two of them, which should be absolutely fascinating at this point. But, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how much story they want to dive into, given the fact that we're still doing an all virtual year at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. We talked about it, and the idea that I threw out there is that, and I don't think this will ever happen, but say Chance wins and then they lose that team's fight. And what if there's a storyline where it's like, Mike, you're the old dog, and Shannon dumps Mike as a player and takes Chance.
Oh man,
Mike hanging. Like that's the storyline like I would be interested in to see how that would play out. That would be crazy.
That would be insane given certain aspects of Mike and Chance.
Let me see. So we're gonna have Master versus Protege. That would be interesting to see what Eric's gonna come up with in the promo for that, because that's got to look really good.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be good stuff. With what I want to touch on, what I think is really interesting is how Damon is knocked out of this. So Alex is done with Innergeekdom. Now, yes, he does have all the time in the world to pretty much just focus solely and completely on Star Wars, which we already know he's pretty much perfect at anyway. But that makes him that much more scarier when it comes to facing off against Ace, because for most people, we would say, like, if he wasn't doing this run in Innergeekdom, he wouldn't have competed since last Spectacular?
Yeah, for a full year, essentially.
In which case, people would argue maybe he's got a little bit of the ring rust or what have you. But he's been in IG, and not only that, he was doing great in IG up until this match. So there's no such thing as ring rust for Alex Damon. Couple that with the fact that he's already pretty dang perfect in Star Wars, and he's got all the time in the world to study on it. Ace better be doing everything he can right now to prepare for that match, because that's going to be the hardest mountain for almost anyone in the Schmoedown to have to climb.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know. It's going to be scary. I mean, like I said, I think that there's some players where losses impact them more than wins do. I know Alex has one. It was in a 5-way. This is his first singles loss ever. Mm-hmm. He's never lost in a singles match by himself. And the fact that it was a KO, I mean, you saw him at the end of that, at the end of the video, he looked instantly like he was hungry again.
Yeah.
Like it didn't go away. And he always has this interesting demeanor about him, right? He takes things very easily compared to a lot of different people. But I'm wondering how this affects him as far as studying. And I mean, like you said, I know, like, Ace showed up big time. He's an incredible player. He's such a surprise. But you give 5 months to Alex of studying without playing, of just strictly studying, and the studying sessions they're probably going to do with Roxy at his back and other people in his faction. Like it's going to be very scary. It's going to be very, very scary. I think you're looking at a situation where the easy money is probably going to be more on Damon defending again. As much as we would love to see, Ace get that full and complete Cinderella story. The smart bet is going to be placed on Damon to defend again at this point. Yeah, I agree. And we also have to keep in mind that match is going to be a 5-rounder. There's nobody better at a speed round than Alex Damon. Yeah. Especially with Star Wars. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, I would say, we have anything else to say about this particular match?
I think it's definitely an interesting situation. Not so much more necessarily about this match, but the interesting situation that we see with Mike now once again proving that this is his division. He knows this thing like the back of his hand. Few little slip ups at Spectacular, he can shake those off and be able to jump right back in and do well. Not so much about this match. My eyes are more interested on, say, the Chandru versus Smets and what's going to happen there, because we're about to see what match we're getting hyped up for this at the Spectacular this year. Like, Chance versus Chandru, that'd be interesting. Chance versus Smets, Mike versus Chandru, Mike versus Smets again.
Yeah, It would make sense to do the Mike Smets thing again. Obviously, they're the two favorites going into the matches. It would be pretty cool to see Chance go to that type of match. It would be very all out of Ace, right? Stepping in IG, having this wild run, beating someone like Parker, and then beating Mike at the finals of the IG tournament. That's a great run in itself. But I think I speak for most people in saying I want Kalinowski Smets. That's what I want. I want a rematch of that. And I think that this type of Mike, and I mentioned it during the video, I think this Mike is scarier than old Mike. I think he's much more just relaxed in the situation that he's given. The questions, you can tell he just takes his time more. He's more focused. Like, he closes his eyes when he listens to the question. And it's just a scarier version of him. And he was already scary enough, obviously. But yeah, I mean, it's any of those 4 matches would be fun. But I know that I would just love to see Kalinowski Smets fight it again at Spectacular after a year of what happened last year.
That's like going back to watching the matches bounce back and forth between Kalinowski and Rachel Cushing.
Yeah.
So exactly. now we're doing the Kalinowski versus Kevin Smets dance every year or so.
Yep.
So yeah, that would be interesting as well.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. I think real quick we can kind of drop in. So next week is going to be the finals for the Innergeekdom tournament. It's going to be Mike versus Chance in the finals. And as we've been doing so far, we've been getting guests on all of our reactions lately. We were lucky to have Jake Berlin here today. We had Eric Nerd Chronic Rodriguez yesterday.
And those of y'all in the chat, if anyone wants to drop in questions before we start getting to plugs, any final questions and stuff, make sure to drop those in so we can tackle those here in a second.
Yeah. Next week is one I'm actually pretty excited about, because we really want to take a chance to hype up that title match that's going down between Smets and Chandru. And so next week we definitely got someone on board who's got a very championship mindset that we get to hype up that match with, and we are pumped to do the finals with this person. So that's all we're gonna say. I'm not gonna drop the name there.
You got me goosebumps. I'm waiting for the name. Like, what the hell, man?
Just giving you a little tease. You guys are gonna want to tune in next week when we do awesome reaction to the Innergeekdom finals next week. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. Date should be when the match goes up. Time to be determined.
Yeah, I believe it's still going to be on Thursday. So
yeah, the Erwin Roca one's on Friday, so I think it's on Thursday too.
Yeah. So whatever time, that's going to be up to our partly up to our guest as to when they're able to.
I'm looking forward to that. Whoever it is, it seems like it's going to be awesome. So I'm looking forward to that.
Well, it's basically whatever time that person is allowed to be let out, I should say.
Yeah.
Ooh, alrighty. Fair enough.
There's your little tease, guys. Anyway. We want to do plugs real quick. Let's let Jake plug his stuff.
Yeah, so obviously a certain point of view. You can check us out every Sunday is the main show, 6 p.m. Pacific time. We do, we break down the week. We do random topics, manager of the year discussions, stuff like that. We do reactions just like these guys. Typically our reactions go up the morning afterwards the match, but we do have a live reaction we'll be doing every Friday or so, and you can see one in about an hour or so with the crew to this match. I'll be jumping over and Molly, myself, Jill, and Brian will be doing a reaction to the match that we just watched. And we'll be joined by Alex Damon after the reaction to discuss the match. You can check that out. You can also find me on Apocalypse Movies. As I mentioned earlier, we're doing a watch along to The Dark Knight tonight. And the show is every Tuesday and Friday at 7:30. Twitter at Qui-Gon Jake. Instagram at Qui-Gon Jake. Very simple. And yeah, so there you go. 2 ends on Qui-Gon because someone else took the Qui-Gon before me. Damn you.
No. It's been a while since I've watched The Dark Knight. Also, I've been wanting to watch that lately. That might be a good thing to do tonight.
It's pretty fun. It's on Hulu. I do a little watch along. One of my buddies, who's the biggest DC fan I know, we did a poll on our channel, and that was the one that won, obviously. So we're doing a watch along.
Nice. All right. Let's see. As for us, we are the Cinefanatics. Again, doing reactions. We've got coming up tomorrow night. If you are part of our Patreon, we are doing a watch along at the $10 tier. It's going to be for X-Men. So we'll be doing a watch along for that. Again, we're really hyped up for that we get to do that movie. So absolutely cannot wait for that movie. And again.
I wish it was that theme song. Oh goodness, that'd be amazing.
I was actually kind of disappointed when that movie came out and they did not put that in there somewhere.
How can you not put that in there? Like just a little tidbit.
What if they do it for the MCU?
I think they will. I think it fits perfectly for the MCU for sure.
Yeah. Well, that was like when they did Spider-Man. They dropped in the 60s cartoon, but they didn't really put in any of the 90s as well. I would have liked to have seen. I know the 60s is more iconic, but I would have liked a little bit of the 90s in there. Anyway, so tomorrow night, X-Men on our $10 Patreon tier. So hop on there if you want to watch it. We're gonna have a lot of fun because I could talk X-Men all day.
And here's the thing. If you just
he does talk X-Men all day.
If you just want to jump on for the 1 month just to jump in there and do that watch along with us, you're more than welcome to. Also understand we've got a couple other watch alongs that we've done the past couple of months, so those are going to be available for you also. Just want to jump in, do that watch along, do the X-Men watch along, and then dive and dodge out of there. You are welcome to do that. Just keep in mind you might want to jump back on the following month with whatever watch along we do then. So just saying.
Yeah. Also Tuesday nights, 9:30 p.m. Central Time, we do have the tagline where we sit and discuss movie news if there is any, and anything else going on. We have like some fun things coming up for the tagline, so we're kind of revamping how the show is done. It's going to be a little bit little different going forward. It's going to be a lot of fun, so please come back, watch that again. Tuesday at 9:30. I was trying to combine the entire thing. 2:30 Tuesday night. Come back Tuesday night, 9:30 p.m. Central Time. That's 10:30 Eastern or 7:30 Pacific. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
And if you're not able to catch that on YouTube, we do have it up on the podcast, also over on Anchor, Spotify, Apple, Google, all the places you can get your podcasts. It is available under Cinefanatics. We've got all the episodes of the tagline up there on the podcast for you guys. So,
yep. So again, anyone else dropping questions? Doesn't look like it. We're probably gonna go ahead and end this so Jake can hightail it over to his channel and get ready for his video as well.
Worries.
So again, everyone who's in the chat, we've had a big turnout for this reaction. So thank y'all for coming and watching. We appreciate y'all being here. We appreciate the support. Please come back again. We'll be doing reactions next week as well, and a bunch of other videos that we're working on. So as for my brother, as for Jake, thank you for watching, and we will see y'all again later. Good night.
So yeah.